So let's just say I have a lot going on right now. I have my photo booth, I have my comedy career, I'm going on tour this spring, and I have my whole Life in Bold brand. And it's a lot. I have been overwhelmed, I have been stressed, I have been working a lot, and I really have been trying to rest. My mom was just in town. We went to all kinds of shows and spent an evening in the hotel watching music videos. That was a really great visit. I just got out of the shower and I just had the urge to tell you guys what's been going on in my life and how things have been going. And I feel like there's a perception that everything is going super swimmingly and that it's coming to me really easily. That's not how it's happening. Things are going well, but they're not going so well that I'm just rolling in money and everything's going so well and, I'm moving out to Hollywood. You know what I mean? It's a very modest success, but that's very good because I've been in this business of the photo booth for less than a year, doing it full time. I have to remind myself that businesses take time. Businesses don't just grow immediately when you start them. When I first started, I thought, I'll just send out some emails and I'll, go out to places and network and tell people I'm open to doing photo booth business. And I figured I think when I first started, I thought that I would spend 2 weeks doing that and then all of a sudden it would be successful. That was around the spring, I would say, that I started actually taking time to I would go to the bagel shop and work on the photo booth, and then I would come home and send some emails about the photo booth. And honestly, I think I gave up a little too fast in the summer. So around July, I was discouraged that I hadn't seen more growth in the business, and I kind of turned back to job hunting. And then around after August or September, I was like, no, the photo booth is way better. The photo booth is definitely something that I absolutely enjoy doing. It's something that brings in a lot of money when it brings in money. It's something that makes me feel happy to do. I love doing it so much. It just happens to be less steady than a job where you go in for the 40 hours a week and the 9 to 5 and you have health insurance paid for and everything like that. I am living the life of an entrepreneur. In my first year, I've been really trying to save money and get ahead and all of that stuff. But it's just a truth of business that sometimes as a very small business owner, you're going to have higher months and lower months. That is the truth, the cold, hard fact of being a business owner with the kind of business that I have. Personally, I'm envisioning a huge future for the business. I'm seeing last year and the early parts of this year as a huge investment in myself, a huge investment in my ability to live my dreams. I absolutely, unequivocally think that I will be very successful in the next year. That said, things are tough sometimes. It's not always sunshine and daisies. I'm working a fuck ton, and I'll say that, a fuck ton. I am getting up at 9 a.m., just like I would with a 9 to 5. And I am getting to work. I'm sending emails. I am working on websites. I'm working on my emails with my clients. I am working on the technology of the photo booth. And I am working very, very hard. Now, do I love it? Absolutely. So it's actually better than going and being in HR somewhere or going and doing sales somewhere. But I'm actually getting feedback from my friends that I'm working too much and that they need me to take a break. And I am working on it. I don't think people totally understand how much time I do spend in bed watching YouTube, literally just podcasts, not even growth stuff or marketing stuff. I am working really hard and I'm working a lot. The fact is that working means my comedy stuff, making a personal branding video, keeping my office clean, which is my apartment. It means keeping everything going, paying my bills. I have integrated my passions with my work. Everything is work, but also everything is what I love. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. And I have been told by my friends that I need to find a way to relax. Maybe I need to be exercising more. Definitely need to be exercising more. I was talking to my friend Helen the other day, and she is an influencer. She has 1.1 million followers on TikTok, and I've had her on the Life in Bold podcast before. She's 62 or 63. I find her to be really, really, really inspiring in my life. Her daughter is a comedian, so she's working on her podcast with her daughter, and they're trying to make it funnier and talk about comedy. So I'm really interested in her podcast. Anyway, I was talking to her and I told her about my upcoming Bold and Blooming musical comedy tour. And she replied, "Oh my God, that's so cool. I'm so like all over the place. Like I am just losing my mind because she also has so much going on. She runs a studio. She has her TikTok page. She has her Instagram page. She runs a page called Hello Socialize. Like she is a busy entrepreneur in addition to producing TV commercials. And it made me feel seen. That is the life, that is what I want in my life, is to be a multi-passionate person and go out and like do all kinds of shit all the time. But it comes with stress. It literally comes with stress. It comes with stress, Ben. And I think that that's one of my biggest learnings of even just January 2025 is that it's literally not easier to be an entrepreneur. And I knew that. I've always known that. And I'm not trying to say that it's a surprising thing to me, but living it is a very, very different thing than knowing it. And, having moments where you're like, I'm not going to buy a drink at this bar because my business has this much money and therefore I have that much money. Do you know what I mean? It's not as simple as, oh, I get paid Friday, so it's okay on Thursday if I go low because I'm going to get paid on Friday. By the time I ended my 9-to-5 career, I was getting paid enough where I wasn't totally watching my paychecks. I was still being conscious of everything, but I wasn't dying for the Friday to come so I could get paid. Do you know what I mean? And so now I'm in a situation where it's not even on a schedule and I just have to make sales. My product is very good. What I'm selling, the photo booth, is extremely good and it's extremely popular with people who have used it. Ultimately, the challenge is to get people who don't know about it to pay what I'm commanding for the photo booth and really raise the awareness. So the photo booth business, it's really funny because I think sometimes there's been times where with my friends, I might say, oh, I'm going to save money, or I'm not going to, go to this concert or like whatever. And they'll say, what? But you have a thriving business. And they see me on Instagram. Every week I have a photo booth gig and it looks busy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not saving for taxes. It doesn't mean that I don't have expenses. It doesn't mean that I'm getting all of these sales this month or that people pay me when I get the party. It's a funny disconnect because I do want people to feel that my business is successful, and it is successful, but it's in a growth phase. It's in its first year. It's not something where I'm getting paid more than what I would be getting at a 9-to-5. Do you know what I mean? When I had a 9-to-5, I was still being conscious of money, and everybody has to be conscious of money. With me, I'm making money here and there on my photo booth, but it's just not, I'm not rich because of my photo booth. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm rich in that. I'm rich in that I am able to live my dreams. I'm able to go out and do open mic nights and go on tour and have the freedom to do that because of my photo booth. But I'm not rolling in the deep with this money. So anyway, I want to talk about the tour also because I think there's funny thoughts about the tour as well. And I love how I'm making a dispelling rumors video. I'm going on tour. I'm going to LA, the Bay Area, New York City for 2 nights, and Nashville. And I'm very excited about the tour. I think one thing that's funny is that there's a mixed reaction where like some people are like, oh my God, you're going on tour? That's so cool. And like I think they have a similar mindset to what I used to have, which is that going on tour is a huge deal. It is a huge deal, but it's not like you have to get signed with Live Nation in order to like go on tour. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you have to get a deal to go on tour, or like you do have to get booked at the venues, but I can do that, I guess, pretty easily with my videos and like my business sense and all of that stuff. I think there's that reaction where people are like almost overly impressed. And then I think there's a reaction where people are underly impressed, where they're like, oh, but it's only 4 cities, or aren't you're just doing one show in every city, or oh, are you just kind of like going to cities and doing shows? No one says that to me, but I can pick up on it where people are like, okay, you're going on tour. I just want to say that I'm aware that all I'm doing is going to cities and doing shows, but that is what a tour is. It just happens to be only 4 cities, but people go on a 4-city tour. It's also my first tour. It's also only in the United States. And so I am fine with it being 4 cities, and I'm fine with it being the cities where I know the most people. And, I'm totally cool with what the tour is. I'm really excited excited about the theme of it being bold and blooming. Bold is my brand, Life in Bold, and blooming because it's a spring tour. And also, we're all blooming. We're all working toward becoming our full potential, becoming our full selves and stuff like that. So, like, I think the tour is going to be a really uplifting moment, and it's going to be really fun to do. I'm currently writing the show. So today is the 9th, which means that my tour kicks off in 1 month, which is very, very exciting, at the Glendale Room, March 9th, Los Angeles. I will be doing a show in 1 freaking month. That's so weird to say because, oh God, LA, man. In high school, I always kind of thought maybe I would move to LA because it was just so Hannah Montana, you know what I mean? And I ended up moving to New York, and New York is so much more my style and so much more what I'm looking for right now in my life. But to get booked and to go do a show in LA just does feel really, really cool. It's like LA and Nashville. I got booked at Nashville and the Bay Area. I have to say that I'm so proud to be going on tour. I'm so proud to be having made this accomplishment and to be having 3 years of experience in comedy and going after what I want and building the life that I've imagined for myself. Like, I would absolutely love to tell little kid Ben, like, hey, 32 years old, you're going on tour, you're playing the guitar and you're singing funny songs. Absolutely. But it's hard to go on tour because I'm just a little kid and I am just trying to keep afloat. I'm noticing that there's the littlest, funniest little things that stress me out. Like the t-shirts. There's nothing that should stress me out about t-shirts. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just t-shirts. People can buy a t-shirt. I can bring them a t-shirt. But the design, I'm finding, like, I really want it to be really good merch and something that, like, really is a big, like, moment of, like, Ben Hawes on tour, like, merch. And I'm also making buttons. And so I'm really excited for the buttons and the t-shirts. I was thinking about doing mugs, but absolutely not. I realized, am I really going to carry a box of 24 mugs on the plane? No, I don't think so. I do think mugs would be cool, but not quite yet. I think I need like the online store for that. I'm really excited. This is the first time that I'm sitting and talking about the tour and what I want out of the tour and what I'm hoping to get. I'm individually excited for each show. I think the Nashville show is going to be really fun. It's taking place at the Happy Hour, which is the mental wellness studio I go to for life coaching and energy work. We're going to have a Shirley Temple bar run by my friend Stephanie. We're going to have a table for kind of like education around anti-suicide. In the Bay Area, I am doing a gay club in my hometown that I never knew about, but it's actually been there since the 70s. And I performed there last summer and it was fantastic vibes. And I'm so excited to go back there again and own it, like be like, hey, I'm here. I'm from New York City. I just did LA. I'm doing the Bay Area. And like, here I am. I'm so excited to like come and play my songs for my family and my friends and people that I went to high school and college with. And then New York City, I'm going to do 2 nights at Stonewall. I remember 3 years ago, I had a dream, a DREAM dream to perform at Stonewall. Now I have a relationship with them. Now I'm able to book 2 nights with them. After I did my Halloween show, I said, hey, can we do a spring show? And I said, can we do 2? Because I noticed that I probably could fill it. I probably could do 2 shows. And I'm really, really very excited about the 2 shows. And then the last, LA, just gonna be really fun to go on tour and to just see. I'm basically going and seeing all my friends from the whole world, or from the whole country at least. And I'm very excited about the tour. So I guess that's the bulk of my updates, my business, my tour, my podcast. And the other thing is that I have been letting my apartment get so messy and it's killing me. And I'm trying to, today actually, it's the Super Bowl Sunday. I'm going to spend the day not only cleaning, but just getting rid of shit. Okay? I'm going to get rid of clothes. I'm going to get rid of all kinds of stuff because there's just too much stuff in my apartment. It's 10 years of culmination of stuff that I've owned in New York City, and I just don't need it all. And like there's just corners of my apartment that are full of stuff that I don't need. And there are people who need stuff, especially right now. Like I think it's the winter. I mean, I know it's the winter, but I think it's just like a moment of like, we should be giving, we should be helping, we should be compassionate, we should be able to put ourselves in the shoes of other people. And that's all I'll say for now about politics. One good thing I will say is I've been very simple with my skincare lately, and I've just not been using a lot of products, and it's better than ever. I've even been shaving less often and just letting my skin be. My skin looks pretty good right now. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, an even better week. Come out and see me on the Bold and Blooming tour, and may we all find the boldness to chase our dreams. Peace.